Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the weekly market analysis. If this is your first time visiting this channel, do also click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. So we are entering into a new week. All right, yes, another week has come to an end and it's yet another week. We are still in the first month of the year 2024. All right, and so if you're having rough days or rough weeks, is normal, all right, because last week and last 2 weeks hasn't been good for us. The market hasn't really gone the way we are expecting. All right, so if you're in the same situation that I'm in, then I'm in. There's nothing to worry about. All right, yes, there's a better days ahead. This is just the first month of the year 2024. So if you're having bad days, if you're having rough weeks, it's one of those things. All right, you come over it. So it's yet another week. We come into the market and see what the market is up for us so far as going into a new week is concerned. But before we go into the chart, just as we usually do, let's look at what is happening on the economic news calendar. Then from there we delve into the chart and see what is happening there. So Monday, no high impact news. Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. We have the business confidence for the month of December for Australia. Then we have the interest rate decision from the Bank of Japan. All right. I'll be looking forward to see if, for the very first time in so many years, the Bank of Japan are going to say this is the end of our negative rates. We are now zooming into positive, or let's have a change in our interest rate. All right, I'm yet to see that. So Tuesday is a very, very crucial day for the Japanese, all right, or the Bank of Japan. We see what they are up for us. All right, so we have the NZD CPI for the fourth quarter. Then we have the bank service PMI for the month of January for Australia, bank manufacturing PMI for the month of January for Australia. Then we have balance of trade for the month of December for Japan. On Wednesday, January 24, 2024, we have the manufacturing PMI for France, service PMI for the month of January for France, service PMI for the month of January for Germany, manufacturing PMI for the month of January for Germany, manufacturing PMI for the month of January for the Eurozone, services PMI for the month of January for Eurozone. Then you have the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI for the month of January for GBP, Global Services PMI for the month of January for GBP. Then you have the Global Service PMI for the month of January for USD, Global Manufacturing PMI for the month of January for USD. Then we have the Monetary Policy Report from the Bank of Canada. On Thursday, January 25th, 2024, we have the business climate for the month of January for Germany, interest rate decision for the Eurozone. Then we have the durable goods for the month of December for USD, durable goods for the month of December for USD, durable goods month over month for the month of December for USD. Then you have the GDP growth rate for the fourth quarter for USD, goods trade balance for the month of December for USD, continuing jobless claims as at January 13th for USD, initial jobless claims as at January 20th for USD, jobless claims 4-week average as at January 20 for USD, ECB press conference for the Eurozone, new home sales month over month for the month of December for USD, new home sales for the month of December for USD. On Friday, January 26, 2024, we have the Australia Day, which is a bank holiday for Australia. Then we have the consumer confidence for GBP for the month of January. Then we have the consumer confidence for the month of February for Germany, unemployment rate for the fourth quarter for Spain, price index, or the core PCE price index month over month for the month of December for USD, personal income month over month for the month of December for USD, then a personal spending month over month for the month of December for USD. So these are the high impact news that we are expecting to see on the market so far as going into a new week is concerned. All right, yeah, so stay put and look, be careful on how you do your things on the market. All right, because I mean, more red news coming up so far as going into a new week is concerned. Let's delve into the chart and see what is happening. We start with the dollar index. So for the dollar index, we've seen price push to the upside. All right, last week I was expecting to see price continue to push to the downside. All right, but it happened that price took out this high with this momentum right here. All right, so as it stands now, looking at where price is, price tapped into this fair value gap. All right, so this low and then this high right here. All right, coupled with a volume imbalance, and so I'm expecting to see price push the downside a little bit. All right, remember we are stuck between what the previous 20-day high and then the previous 20-day low. All right, yeah, so this is the range in which we are stuck within. If we should see price take out the previous 20-day high, and definitely we are going to see price push to the upside for some time. But since price is stuck in between, all I can give you, all I'm seeing is price pushing to the downside right into the zone. All right, if it happens that by the close of the week we close below the previous 20-day low, then definitely we see price push to the downside. But if price should come within the zone and it closes above the previous 20-day low, then definitely we will see price continue to push to the upside to target the previous 20-day high. So that is my expectation so far as going into a new week for the dollar index is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that. Let's look at what is happening on GBPUSD. So for GBPUSD, I'm still bullish. All right, yes, myself with the swing trading room, we are still in a bullish trade on GBPUSD. I'm still looking forward to see GBPUSD push to the upside to take out the previous 20-day high. All right, yeah, and I mean that is what I'm expecting to see. And looking at how things are going, we've neither taken a low or a high at the moment. All right, we are still stuck within this impulse move right after price making this impulse move. We are still stuck within that range. All right, but if I should switch to the lower time frame, realize that we are seeing a bullish price action on the lower time frame. All right, I don't want to switch because we are definitely in a trade so far as the swing trading room and myself is concerned. So I don't want to go into lower time frame to for you to see whatever we are doing there. All right, already I told you that if you're interested in joining a swing trading room, just let me know. All right, check the description box below. The link to my Telegram ID is there. Hook me up and then let's take it from there. All right, yes, it would not be fair on my side if I should let you know or see the positions and all that we are in. No, all right, that is really exclusive to the swing trading room members, because I mean it's a paid service I'm rendering to them. So if you are really interested that you want to see how things are going, or you want to also be part of the swing trading room, then just do the needful. All right, here. So at this time, all I can tell you is that on a higher time frame, this is what I'm seeing. I'm expecting to see price push to the upside to take out the previous 20-day high. All right, yeah. So that is my expectation as far as GBP USD is concerned. Let's go what is happening on AUD USD. So for AUD USD, we saw price last week pushing to the downside. All right, yes, I was expecting to see this price respecting this fair value gap. Then we see a continuation to the upside since we are currently trading below January's opening price. All right, but it happened that I mean this fair value gap was violated. As it stands now, price hasn't, even though price has violated the fair value gap we are seeing here, this fair value gap still holds for me because we haven't had a closer. All right, we haven't had a closer below this fair value gap. All right, and then we've also created another fair value gap, right? I don't know if you are seeing it. We've created another fair value gap right here. All right, yes, let me enlarge it for you to see. We've created another fair value gap right here. Let me change the color for you to see it very well. Yeah, so we've created a fair value gap right here. All right, yeah, so that is a fair value gap, and we haven't closed below this fair value gap or this fair value gap we are seeing here. All right, here. So at this point, I'll be watching how things react. All right, if it happens that going into a new week, price moves up and close above this fair value gap, and definitely you see price pushing to the upside. All right, yes, but at this point, price action is looking very dicey for me. So if it happens that price closes below this fair value gap, all right, if having a price close below this fair value gap here is going to act as an inverse fair value gap. All right, this fair value gap is going to act as an inverse fair value gap. But so far as we haven't closed below it, we haven't seen a closure below it, then I'll be very open. All right, and by seeing closure, definitely we should see a word, or by seeing closure below it, or by seeing price closing below this fair value gap, it should give us a what? A swing high. Once we see a swing high forming within this fair value gap right here, then that means what? Price has closed below this fair value gap. But if we should see another what? If we should see price giving us a what? A swing low right here, then price has closed what? Above that fair value gap. Therefore, we see price would push to the upside. I hope you've learned something today. Yes, that's how I give out tips. If you pay attention to whatever I'm saying, or if you are very regular with my weekly market analysis, you are going to learn a lot. All right. Yeah. So this is a short tip I have for you. I'm expecting to see on AUD USD. So remember, we have a what? A fair value gap here and then a fair value gap here. Even though we violated this fair value gap, this fair value gap still holds because we haven't had a what? A closure. There hasn't been a closure in this fair value gap right after the violation. So that is what I'm expecting to see so far as AUD USD is concerned. Yes, so that is just that for AUD USD. Let's go what is happening on USD CAD. Yeah, so for USD CAD, we've seen a formation of a what? Of a swing high right here. All right, yes. Price tapped into the fair value gap, moved a little bit above it. All right, moved a little bit above this fair value gap, and then we've seen price push to the downside. So as it stands now, going into next week, I'll expect to see a little bit of a push to the upside, and we see a push to the downside. All right, remember we are still trading above January's opening price, and we are stuck between what? The previous 20-day high and the previous 20-day low. And so far as we are above the previous, so far as we are above January's opening price, all I'll look out for is looking for what? For bearish scenarios happening. So I'll expect to see price push a little bit up, at least to 50% of this impulse move that was made on Friday. Then we see a push to the downside. So I'm bearish on USD CAD going into next week here. So let's look at what is happening on GBPJPY. So for GBPJPY, we've taken out the previous 60-day high. Sorry, 40 days high. All right, and then I'm seeing this as a what? As a swing high formation. So I want to see how Monday's price action is going to react. If Monday's price action fails to take out Friday's high, then definitely that is going to be a what? A swing high formation for me. And once a swing high formation, or once we see a swing high formation, the next thing you see price start dropping. So Monday's price action is going to be very crucial. I want to see price either take out the swing high, this Friday's high, or it doesn't. If it doesn't take out Friday's high, then definitely we see price push to the downside. All right, see price push into the downside. For the short term basis, I would see price getting into the zone. When price gets into the zone, that is where I'll observe to see if price is going to close above this volume imbalance that was validated or close below it. If it closes above the volume imbalance, then definitely see price continue to push to the upside. But if it closes below it, all right, if price should come and then close below this volume imbalance, then definitely you see price push to the downside. So that is going to be my expectation going into a new week. So that is just that for GBPJPY. Let's go what is happening on EUR/JPY. Yeah, so for EUR/JPY, we've seen price fill this liquidity void right here. All right, yes, you've seen price fill this liquidity void right here, and so I'm expecting to see price push a little bit down into the zone. All right, yes, I'm expecting to see price push a little bit down into the zone. So for short term, for my short term objective, I would want to see Euro JPY push to the downside into the zone. Then you see how price is going to react. If you close above the zone, then definitely you see price push to the upside. If you close below it, then we see price push to the downside. Remember, we are still trading above January's opening price. So see how things are going to react as far as Euro JPY is concerned. The interest rate decision for the Bank of Japan this week is going to be very, very crucial when it comes to the JPY pairs. So look at how price is going to react to that. Let's go what is happening in gold. Yeah, so for gold has been stalking for a while now. All right, so for the month of June, we haven't really seen a clear direction so far as gold is concerned. All right, but on a short-term basis, you can see that price took out this low right here, and we've seen price tap into this fair value gap right here. So for gold, going into next week, I want to see a push further to the downside to take out this low. All right, that is on a shorter term basis. You are still trading in between the previous 20-day high and the previous 20-day low. All right, we are still stuck in that range. So for a long term basis, unless we are out of this range before I can really give you a clue on where gold is going on the long term. But for the short term, all I can tell you is that I'm expecting to see going into next week gold reaching into the to the 2000 level or price area. So that is going to be my expectation so far as gold is concerned. Let's go what is happening on NASDAQ. Yeah, so for NASDAQ, we are seeing NASDAQ still pushing to the upside. All right. Yes, we've had this impulse move. And so going into next week, I want to see price fill at least 50% of this impulse move. All right, this candle and this candle, then you see a continuation to the upside. We are still pushing to the upside as far as NASDAQ is concerned, and so that is going to be my expectation so far as going into next week is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for the weekly market analysis. All right, yeah, we are still in the first month of 2024. All right, so no rush. All right, don't rush in taking treats. Just cool down. I mean, if price is not going your way, just relax and see how things will unfold. All right, because as far as I'm concerned, there's going to be a lot of trading opportunities this year. All right, don't rush into making mistakes and then regret it later. All right, just take your time, and then trust me, you're going to appreciate the returns you're going to get from the market for the year 2024 is concerned. Just be patient. All right, yeah, so that is just that for the weekly market analysis. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do well to click on the subscribe button and then smash notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. And if you want to join my swing trading room, or if you're not aware, I have a swing trading room or a VIP room whereby we take swing setups. All right, we focus on swing setups. Our minimum pips per trade is 100 pips. So that should tell you the number of pips we've been smashing if the market falls in our favor. All right, yeah, that's why it's a swing trading room. So if you are interested, just look in the description box below. The link to my ID or Telegram ID is there. Just hit on it and hit me up on Telegram and let me roll you on. And trust me, you will never regret joining the swing trading room. All right, we are going to have value for your money. So kindly look into it. I'll come your way again another time. I wish you all good luck and good trade.